What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today I'm just gonna make some chicken tacos. Now these tacos, they're not from any recipe or website that I found online or anything. These are just tacos that I make every once in a while. I typically don't cook with meat too often here in my apartment, but I had some chicken, so I figured I'd use it for some tacos, because why not, right? And tacos are pretty easy to make, just in general. It's really just a matter of seasoning and cooking your protein, and then assembling your tacos. So I'm going to show you how I do mine, and you can customize it however you want. It's a good thing about tacos, they're pretty customizable. I did make my own taco seasoning, so I will put that recipe down below. It's just a recipe from allrecipes.com. The reason I make my own taco seasoning is just because the store-bought, although it's really good, it's typically pretty heavy on the salt, and so if you're trying to watch your salt intake, or if you just don't like your food super salty, or if you just want to be able to control how much salt you actually have, I would recommend making your own. Really easy, and again, I will put that recipe down below for the taco seasoning. So let's go over the ingredients that I'm going to use for my tacos, and we will get started. All right, so we just have some basic ingredients here. I have some chicken thighs here, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can use breast if you want, but chicken thighs just have a lot more flavor. And I'll probably cut some of that fat off, but leave some of it because that's where all the flavor's at. So I have about 1.5 pounds or so here. So you're gonna need some chicken. You'll need a little bit of cilantro. Here's my taco seasoning that I made. I have a couple tablespoons in there, probably, maybe a little more than that. I'm probably just gonna use, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of my onion, and then some corn tortillas. You can use flour if you want, but I like to use corn when I'm making lunch or dinner tacos. Flour if I'm making breakfast. And then I happen to use a jalapeno in mine. I'll take some of the seeds out. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cooking, or get this cut up, and then I will mix in the seasoning, and then I'll cook it up. All right, so let's get started. All right, so I cut off some bigger pieces of fat here, but I left some on here just for a little bit more of the flavor. Now a lot of people will season their meat first and then cook it and then cut it up after that. I like to cut it first. That way more seasoning can get on more of the chicken, and then I will put all that and cook that while it's already cut. And when it's cut, it cooks a little quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this into, I don't know, about 1-inch cubes or so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and season it. All right, so I got my last piece of chicken cut there. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just put this in a Ziploc bag, put a little bit of olive oil, put in all the seasoning, and then mix it all up so it's all coated, and then I'll put it in my pan. All right, so I got my chicken here in a Ziploc bag. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a little bit of olive oil, just maybe, I don't know, a couple teaspoons or so in there, just so all the seasoning will stick to it. And then I got my taco seasoning here. I didn't mention it before, but everything that's in here is, so we got chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, some paprika, some crushed red pepper, salt and pepper, and some oregano. So that's all that's in here, and I will link down below the exact measurements for all of that, but those are the basic things that you need for taco seasoning. So I'm just going to put in a couple tablespoons of that here, because I don't want it to be too crazy. So we got 1, and then we got 2. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and close this and mash it all together. That way, get all chicken seasoned. And after that, then I will start cooking it. All right, so I've got my pan here. It's preheated, about medium heat or so. I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken straight from the bag there. Oh yeah. And then you just wanna cook it for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 minutes, or no, more than that, like 4 or 5 minutes, until it is all the way cooked through. And you'll start to see it kind of char on the outside, and that's when you know that it's about done. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook these for, like I said, 4 or 5 minutes, maybe a little more, just until it is all the way cooked through, so you don't want any food poisoning. That is no bueno. And then I will assemble the tacos. All right, so it's been in here for, I don't know, about 10 minutes. It's a little longer for me just because I kind of overcrowded the pan. So I probably could have done it in 2 batches or so. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat, and in the cast iron it'll keep cooking, even though it's already cooked. So I'm just gonna turn off the heat, and then while that is resting, I'm gonna go ahead and make my pico. All right, so I washed my cutting board and my knife because I'm not about that contamination station. And so I said pico, it's not really pico, it's just gonna be onion, cilantro, and a little bit of jalapeno. So, and you can do whatever you want. Like I said, tacos are pretty customizable. So if you want tomatoes, you can put tomatoes. I mean, traditionally, tacos don't really have tomatoes in them, but you can have tomatoes if you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up this onion and the cilantro and the pepper, and we will be ready to plate this. All right, so got my last bit of onion there. So now let me go ahead and do my jalapeno here. And again, you can make this as spicy or as mild as you want. You don't need to put a jalapeno if you don't want to, but I like it a little spicy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out most of the seeds and stem, but I will leave just a little bit so I can get a little bit of heat. And then I will do the cilantro. All right, got my last bit of jalapeno there, nice and chopped pretty finely. Now I'm gonna do, I don't know, just like that much cilantro. I don't know how much that is, maybe about a quarter cup, half cup, something like that. So I'm just gonna dice it pretty roughly because you don't need to really dice that too much. All right, that's pretty good. So now, so that's pretty good. Now I'm just going to kind of toast my tortillas on a comal or like a little, I don't know, like a little skillet, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so I have a little skillet here over my two burners. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the tortillas on here. And then you'll know when to turn them when they start to bubble a little bit. You start to see you don't need to put them on for too long, just until they start to, you start to see bubbles kind of on the top. And then just flip them over and then put them on a plate and you'll be good to go. All right, I don't know if you can see, but this one's kind of starting to bubble. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip that over. Be good to go. This one's kind of starting to bubble over. So I'm just gonna go flip that over. Oops. You don't want to toast them too much because then they turn into tostadas. So all of this would be really good with tostadas, but I just want tacos today. So I'm just gonna do it till they're, till they're warm. And then go ahead and put them on this plate over here. I'm just gonna do one more tortilla and then be ready to chow down. All right, so I've assembled my tacos. You guys, these smell so good. Seriously, look at this. This is like taqueria quality tacos right here. I'm so excited to eat this. So I've put everything on it and I, juiced a little bit of a lime on it, just a little bit extra flavor on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take one and take a bite out of this. I've already taken a little bite of the chicken. It's a little bit spicy, so I'll probably just call these spicy chicken tacos because they're pretty spicy. So here we go. Oh man, this looks so good. All right, buen provecho. Oh my gosh. That was dangerously easy to be so good. I'm gonna be making those probably weekly. Oh man, that's awesome. So you can eat tacos by themselves just like I am. You can make them with, rice and beans. You can just do chips and salsa. You can actually follow the video that I made of chips and salsa. If you haven't seen it already, I will link that down below. Be perfect with this. Man, that is so good. All right, so if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, I would love to see them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. All right, bye.